Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family. Question: how is your financial report card? How often do you review your personal financial situation? Many people I know do not constantly keep track of their numbers. I'm talking about their financial numbers. The reason is they just flow on from day to day without the discipline of any financial planning. Especially for us, when we are in this very challenging situation now, we just got to be extremely mindful where our finances are taking us. Be mindful of what? Of how you can make your money work hard and fast for you. Are you investing your financial resources in the right places to give you the most optimum return with the most protective and safe security so as to protect and preserve your capital? Well, if you do not record your numbers and your financial situation and only keep it mentally, chances are you will lose track of it and will become careless. And when you are careless, you do not know whether your wealth is growing, going sideways, or even going down. Or it will also cause us to have a lack of discipline to spend the money when we are not supposed to. Look at how you can make your money work for you. It has different connotations for different people. It is up to you. Your risk adversity, the things that you are familiar with. Some people may like to start up with a small capital to do a business that they like. Is that one of you? Starting a business? Is it something that you're competent in? Something that you love to do, that you have the passion? Or do you want to invest your money in properties and real estate and collect rental and enjoy the capital appreciation of your real estate investment? Or perhaps even invest in the stock market? Let me share with you 3 guidelines where each individual can improve our well-being and our wealth situation. Before I dive into it, let me have this disclaimer that I'm not giving you any investment advice. My YouTube channel is for financial knowledge, financial intelligence, and financial literacy. I'm merely sharing with you my experience and my journey so that perhaps some areas or things that I mentioned may be a gem or a golden nugget for you. It may give you an aha moment. It may just turn on a light bulb in your mind. I invite you to subscribe to my channel so that when I come up with new videos, you will be notified. And subscription is free. Just click the subscription button down here and encourage me. And also share it with your friends, because I'm sharing day-to-day financial intelligence and financial literacy, which is not rocket science. It's very easy for you to understand. Then we come up to the 3 areas that I like to share with you for each of us to be more disciplined in doing planning for our finances, our life's well-being, and be on top of our numbers, our financial numbers. Number 1, ensure that you have a good environment. And by a good environment, I mean you intentionally ensure that you have a good, comfortable chair and a table, which we call a workstation. Ensure that you have a proper laptop or desktop or computer, proper internet and technical apps, and working environment. If you can afford, and I think most people can afford today, and it's very inexpensive, to have a room in your house or in your office, which is air conditioned, carpeted. Carpet is very inexpensive now. Good stationery, and ensure that the environment is very refreshing, invigorating, and supportive to give you a creative surrounding. This environment must be a healthy and positive atmosphere where you feel good about yourself. The aroma of the place, the comfort of the place, the coolness of the place, it is very, very nice, and also ensure that it's not in a noisy area where you get distracted. It is up to you. You can create that environment, and it is not expensive. All you got to do is intentionally do it. Any old stuff that is no longer functional, get rid of it. Have proper writing pen, paper, books, and library reference materials, all within the sphere of your reachability, so that you feel very supported by the environment that you create. And it's up to you. When you have a good environment, you will feel very positive to do and plan your financial well-being. Number 2, good people to surround you. And who are these good people? These are people who are savvy, experienced, successful, positive, passionate, encouraging, supportive, loving, and they can see and bring out the best of you. They are people whom you should actually intentionally go to them. Accountants, financial planner, insurance managers, bankers, and even real estate negotiators and lawyers, legal advisors. Spend time, surround yourself. In fact, it is necessary for you to have a mentor. I have a number of mentors around me, and I ask them questions and I listen to what they say to check me on my mindset, on my approaches, on my methodology, on my planning. I sound it out to them, because when I do that, I'm actually asking them to watch over me, and therefore I am accountable to them. We need to have accountability. Many of us think that we don't owe people anything, so we don't need to tell them. I make it a point to even tell my wife and my adult children what I'm doing in terms of investing, what I'm doing in terms of planning my financials, my insurance, and I tell them about our properties, our homes, etc., so that they know where I keep the files, where I keep the records. And we are well aligned in this area. In the area of getting a mentor, they will be able to check on us, ask us questions, and look at the weak areas and how we are actually going through our decision-making process. Sometimes when we make a decision, it may be due to our ego, our pride, or our hardness of our heart, that we want to do a certain way and we are so dogmatic about doing those things that way. But when we talk to our mentor and allow ourselves to be accountable, open, and have integrity, we will come to realization that people will look at us and point out our blind spots. In order for us to have a good financial report card, one that is an A, hopefully not a B, or definitely not a C, and certainly not an F. So how is your financial report card looking like? Do you sit down, write out a plan, your financial situation? Beginning of this year, 2020, 1st of January, nobody knows the challenges of COVID-19, that the entire world and everyone is having to face the challenges. Nobody knows. or whatever it may be, how often do you review and take a look at your numbers? How regularly do you shift around because of changes, significant changes of circumstances? Many people have lost their job and lost their income. And we have got to be able to streamline and ensure that we are nimble-footed, not just be dogmatic and just follow the way that we used to do. And people can point this out to us when we ask them with humility. So when we want to take the situation and surround our friends with those several people that I mentioned, they're very savvy, they're very experienced, they've been there, done that. All we got to do is listen and learn. And this brings me to the third point, which is each of us have got to be teachable or coachable. We are good already because we have experience, we are trained, some of us are professionals, some of us have actually done businesses, and we have technical knowledge and know-how. However, nobody knows everything, especially in the area of financial knowledge. And financial knowledge is one of the greatest and most valuable assets you and I can have. Are you investing your money to give you the most optimum return in this time? And what are these investment opportunities? Do we look at it to say that it is risky and that we do not want to risk our money and just leave it in the bank in fixed deposit, earning such miserable interest rates? We need to be coachable and need to be teachable. I can tell you my journey. I spend 5 to 6 to sometimes even 7 hours a day learning new things. I listen to YouTube, I listen to podcasts, I read the daily financial papers, I talk to people, and I ask questions. I ensure that I'm coachable, even though that person may be a young person who has inexperience in many areas that I think I am ahead of him or her. I will humble myself to learn from that person. So because I want to make myself teachable, available, and coachable. When we are coachable and teachable, new things can come to replace our old thinking. My YouTube channel is a channel for building our financial knowledge, and it's for us to bring together the millennials of today and the boomers like me and my peers. My mantra in life is bringing people together. And why not? Every one of us have our journey in money. We have got different kind of exposure, different kind of experiences. Therefore, I am also looking for friends like you. If you are listening to this message and you have a story about your financial investment which you think you would like to share, please PM me. Let me know. Some of the mistakes you may have made which will be useful for the young people to learn, the young people to avoid. Making mistakes is very, very costly. Why do we want to make those mistakes ourselves if we can learn it and avoid it? So planning is extremely important, and we got to put pen to paper to ensure that we review our financial planning. Therefore, friends, surround yourself with a good environment, have good people whom you can consult on a regular basis, call them, go out for lunch with them, have a drink, and also ensure that you have the humility to be teachable and coachable. Thank you for coming here, and please remember to subscribe to my channel, which is free of charge. Thank you.